Hello, good evening guys. So on my last video concerning BTC and other field analysis, I made mention that this month is bad for me. Like it opened very bad for me, and it affected me a lot deeply on a red flag. And I made mention that it affected me also on the US stock, because I got into some US stock analysis and invested in it. Then also, the reason why I say that is because every stock analysis that I'm doing is based on the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. So it's like a confluence, and is analyzed based on how the Nasdaq and S&P 500 influences the market. So if there's a bullish influence in the Nasdaq or the S&P 500, then it helps in pushing the stock market higher. So in the stock market, we have two major types that I always pay attention to in the stock market, and that is the NYSE and the Nasdaq. All right, so the NYSE is the New York Stock Exchange, and the Nasdaq is the second one that we have in the US stock market, stock exchange. So the Nasdaq we simply refer to as companies under the tech, so they're like electronic stuff. They are more specifically under this Nasdaq, and the New York Stock Exchange are traded funds like the BlackRock are under the New York Stock Exchange. Ford also is under the New York Stock Exchange. So there are many stock assets. Some are under the Nasdaq, while some are under the New York Stock Exchange. So any stock market that is under the Nasdaq, I'm also having a confluence with it based on the Nasdaq. All right, so just like we have right here on Tesla, you can actually see that we are having a failed high. This is not a good sign for us. Now another thing is, when you look at Nas 100, for me to give you explanation on how the Nasdaq influences the stock market, if we look at the Nasdaq, if you pay close attention to this point, you can actually see that from 2020 we have a drawdown on the Nasdaq. Right now, if you go to Tesla, one of the biggest market in the stock market, one of the Magnificent Seven, if you check from 2022, the same thing has the Nasdaq. If I go back so that you won't get confused. Okay, so just quickly type that and it will show up. All right, so if you just wait for it, think the network is bad. Now if we pay attention again, we need to pay attention. You can see 2021 cleared the high, and we started drawing down from 2022. Going back to Tesla, you see the same thing happening on Tesla, that from D8 2022 we started dropping down until we got to the base level where I shared with you guys on my YouTube channel that Nasdaq is going higher, and we saw it deliver the whole of that 2023, right? Was it last year? Yeah. So you can actually see that from 2022, you can see 2021 gave us the high, 2022 started dropping until we got to this point. 2023 we went higher, and last year I talked about buying. We bought, but we didn't get to our target. We did not get to this high. We also did not go to this high. Now my expectation was that this is still a bullish market, because we have this high, we have this low, and I'm expecting it to go higher to give us a new high, right? But then it showed the rejection right here from this area of supply. Now from 2023 we had on the drawdown, we swept previous 6 months low. I shared this also on my Facebook page, and I said we're buying. The target was previous 3 months. That was what I share with you guys, which is this high, and we hit our previous 3 months low high. Sorry about that. So we hit our previous 3 months high, and after that sweep of previous 3 months high, it started drawing down. Right now, when it started delivering downwards, I was expecting it to go higher. But remember one thing, when it comes to a structure, you're paying attention to when a failed high has been given to you, so you won't have an interest to buy again. It's just like we have this high low and we have a failed high printing for us. Our focus is paying attention to the higher time frame. The higher time frame shows us directional bias. Now if we have a failed high given to us, then there is no need to buy from this area of demand, because the demand did not break a structure. Ignore every smaller any internal liquidity that it breaks. As long as it did not break a major high, you are not expecting it to continue a bullish market. So buying at this area is very risky. We cannot afford to do that because we're having a red flag. So that was what we saw happen right here. It's showing a refusal to go higher. This high, this low, we didn't break that high, so the interest to buy from here, we can possibly be profitable from this previous month. But pay attention to see how this current month of September opened. We sweat previous month high, and you see how we quickly draw down. We have lost the momentum to buy, and there is no certain area again to where this thing could possibly buy from, because we are having a swing failure to go higher. So what is this algorithm trying to tell us? That it is very, very risky to try to buy from an area in which we did not see a confirmation that it gives. It did not show a bullish sign. There is now weakness in bullishness. So possibly for the last quarter, this stuff could drop down to this month, and then we have the sell stop, because all of these weeks are areas in which stops are resting at. Nasdaq, this is the stuff that influenced it. Now in Nasdaq, we have this high, we have this low, we traded higher, we have swept an all-time high. So buying at the premium is risky also, because price has gotten to a maximum price that it needs to deliver downwards to a discounted price. We've been bullish all of this while since the opening of 2024, and then this happened, July. Looking at Nasdaq, we have our month of August trading higher, and what did it give us? It showed us that it bought but failed to go higher. You see how the candlestick closed, consolidated. So we can also anticipate to see when this month opened what will happen. Now when this month opened, we can possibly go down to lower time frame, and what we pay attention if there's going to be a failure or not. But apart from that, we have seen that yes, we have bought from this old block. We bought from the old block, but did it break a structure? No, we did not break a structure. We are now having a failed high. That is a red flag for us, and that is how it affected the US stock market that I have eyes on. High, low, failed high. If you go down to the daily time frame, this is a failed high. Are you seeing a confirmation to buy from? There is no structural break. This is set of resting below right here. You cannot be buying from that area when it did not break a structure. Neither did it violate a bearish trend. Right, when we are trading downwards, right, we just traded one-sided. We did not violate a structure. What we did was that we swept a high and price started to purge or consolidate above the high. We traded into this inefficiency. It tried to buy, but price pushed it lower. And then the last area in which we have inefficiency, where I was expecting it to buy from, it got violated. For what reasons? We did not break an external high. Those that have the Udemy course, we understand what I meant when I was explaining market structure. High, low, failed high, no need to buy, is gonna risky. We did not break an external high. This influenced the US stock market under the Nasdaq. We move over to the US 500. If you are on my Facebook page, I shared analysis where I analyzed US 500 buying from here on the weekly time frame. You can go to my Facebook page, Demetrians. You will see it there, but that's by the way. So it played out, and you know why I labeled or indicated has an area to be drawn to was this high. The price should go sweep that high. What did it do? We failed to go to that high. So what are we having? A failed high. So it's going to be risky buying US 500. Now this is based on one news I saw that one of my members shared with me, based on Powell speech concerning the labor market and inflation cut it down to 2%, maintaining a 2% interest rate, and was posted on a TikTok account. So I didn't know that we influenced massively, and NFP made it worst. NFP delivered the price. So that is what fundamental is all about. I'm beginning to understand how fundamental works and how the sentiment plays out. This right here, this very last quarter, buying at a discount is very risky. Just like we experienced in 2023, where I predicted a buy to target previous 12 months high in 2023 on BTC and also on the Nasdaq. What else did I do again? Was it US 30 and gold? Right, price was at a discount at the last quarter, so the last quarter could possibly buy at a discount. But in this case, when the last quarter is at the premium, why would you be buying at the premium? Right, so it's kind of like last quarter buying at a discount, last quarter selling at a premium. Just like we have right here, you can see December 2021 give us a high. They were now delivered starting the opening of 2022. Down to October, the last quarter, we started buying 17 on BTC. So you can actually see the last quarter, but at a discount where we gave us a higher low. Last quarter giving us a high. What will you think will happen? We need to deliver to a cheaper pricing area, because currently on the 3 months, what we can actually see on the 3 months is that the real structure based on the bullishness is this is the high and this is the low. So the new thing we have right now is this higher high, right? So now what do you think would happen? We could possibly be targeting this 3 months low. So that means the algorithm could possibly deliver price to go take stops resting below this 3 months low. If we want to do a 6 month stuff, this is massive, right? So normally if we are trading with Fibonacci, we want it to trade down to the 79 Fib level, right? And I'm not certain or sure how we're gonna go there until when next year opens. Then we will know how the price is going to deliver when the market opens, right? And we will now use that golden range based on the weekly candles. Right, so the main focus is we should just focus on our monthly time frame, where you know we'll be drawn to this previous month low and this previous 3 months low. So guys, I hope this helps. um so take care and be safe. You can go to your chat backtest. This is weekend, so you don't need to trade. Even if you're saying you want to trade synthetic indices on derivative broker, please go to your chart, backtest your chart, and get prepared for next week and next year. I believe something massive might happen next year, possibly some red flags and stuff like that. I didn't see anything. All right, so we just pray for a better days. That is all. So take care and be safe. Go get the course on Golden Deal Range on Udemy, which will be on the description. Take care and be safe.